recap.
All right, Rada Boom recap.
Yeah.
So I'm Keith Barthold. I'm the CEO of DKB Innovative.
Yeah, I'm Trent Peters. I'm the CEO of Umbrella Managed Systems.
We've known each other a long time. We're in the same peer group, True Methods, Winner's Circle. Been doing this for years. And we've always had a dream, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we talk like once a week, and I always see your snowboard behind you on your background.
Yeah, you got a snowboard behind you too.
I got a snowboard, and we said, hey, sometime we need to go snowboarding together.
Yeah, so why not do that right after an awesome cybersecurity conference?
That's right.
Rada Boom.
2-day event down in Dallas, your hometown.
Yeah, really convenient. Real close to the office.
So I'll fly down there. You're a pilot. We'll fly up, which explains why we're over Kansas right now.
Yeah, we're about a mile over Kansas, and scenic view. So we thought we'd do a little recap and talk some about Rada Boom here.
Yeah, for those who don't know, what does Rada Boom mean?
Yeah, so the boom, it would be a security incident. It would be an event. Now, a little bit of debate on is it the initial sign of tradecraft where there's poking around and the sparks.
Yeah, or does it require like an incident to happen for it to become a boom? And the NIST cybersecurity framework, the domains are identify, protect, detect, respond, recover. Right? Does it happen after protect, or does it happen in the detect zone? Right?
I don't know, but I don't want to debate it for half an hour. Really, no need.
It's really we can just agree to disagree when it happens, I suppose.
I suppose. So it happens somewhere in there, and so what Rada Boom is we took a journey through an attack using the MITRE ATT&CK framework, a fictional company, and an attack. What you do to identify and protect up front, and then when there is a security event, what do you do in terms of response and recovery on that, right?
Yeah, it's great. We went last year for the first annual Rada Boom conference, and there was about less than 200 people there. And this time it was closer to over 500, right? And so I think that's a testament to the industry in general, like starting to mature a little bit and take more cybersecurity a little bit more serious and seeing the opportunities there, because they have to react to the increasing threats that are continuously evolving, right?
Yeah, for sure. And I would say we saw the best and the brightest among MSPs, MSSPs, security professionals,
absolutely,
and vendors and speakers as well. I think the thing that's different about Rada Boom is the content is so rich. You've got fantastic speakers that are both covering really the business side, but also getting very, very technical.
Yeah. Like
John Strand is getting really deep in there and showing you some hacker stuff to really test your controls.
Yeah. And as security evolves, it's not only for your cybersecurity team, it's for your entire MSP needs to continue to evolve and get better at cybersecurity in every single one of your pillars, every single one of your departments. And it was really cool to see a lot of your staff there. I got to meet a lot of them because you're right in Dallas.
Yeah, so I had 10 team members, had most of my security department there, my VCIOs, Michelle, and my sales department, just a big team. Yeah, and I think next year I got to bring some more people down there because the messaging and the content is so great. In fact, they're going to be putting out the slides and some recordings. I think I'll probably send some of those out to my team as well, which would be fantastic. So, hey, the state of the industry, hackers are evolving, continuing threats, MSPs are taking on more risks, there's more risk for clients. It's continuing to be a massive opportunity for MSPs to capitalize this to help protect from these risks. What do you think? What was your favorite session out of all of the content that was provided? Oh man, really difficult to say favorite session. But I would say right out of the gates, Sharon coming in, CEO, founder of Roost, founder of Perch Security, that now CWSIM, he just busted out with learning to take your assets and map those against the cyber defense matrix and using CIS throughout that and really understanding that you need to understand your environment, your client's environments, really understand that risk, and really not just take vulnerabilities for face value. Using the CVSS score, you need to develop an environmental CVSS score to really prioritize that vulnerability and figure out what the heck am I going to do with this vulnerability.
Yeah.
Is this, boom, 0 day, we gotta patch this, we gotta fix it now, or not so important because maybe the way that asset is used in your environment is not as critical. You can't fix that vulnerability. You've got to prioritize, and so Aaron just walked us through that process.
Yeah, and the great thing is it weaves in more automation, because as security gets more and more complex, cybersecurity gets complex, and delivering quality cybersecurity services, it's really difficult to have that be so labor intensive and make it be affordable to marketplace. And that's one of the challenges we face, is how do we bundle in our pricing, how do we bundle in our services, what are we going to be providing to make it affordable so we can go out and obtain new clients, right?
Yeah. So Trent, your favorite part?
My favorite one was probably when you were on stage, which was great, yeah. Like with Gary Pika and Rob and Carl, it's great to hear you guys talk about what's in your specific security chocolate cake, how do you price it, some of the challenges you face, and where do you think the future of MSP-specific offerings, whether it's you're bolstering your cybersecurity in your base offering, or how you're approaching the market with a pure MSSP offering as well. Lots of debate, lots of conversations, lots of different ways to do it, but I think one message that's clear that I took away was just the amount of opportunity out there is unprecedented, right? We're going to see a massive amount of growth in cybersecurity. Rob said that 50% of his new sales calls are regarding cybersecurity, which is just crazy to think about, right?
Yeah, which we've seen out there too. It's really to that level to where if you're an MSP, you're doing IT, you've got to be a security professional to be relevant, because that's so important to protect your clients.
Right.
The clients are victims if they're not protected, and you want to keep them from being victims.
I think that maturity gap is going to continue to widen as well. I mean, we're a fairly mature MSP, you're a mature MSP, and there are thousands out there that are nowhere near the level to be able to deliver that comprehensive cybersecurity offerings that we can at DKB and Umbrella.
Yeah.
For
So
sure.
I'll tell you, right out of the gates, the Huntress pre-day was really cool. So that was incident response tabletop, led by Wes Spencer, Chris Lair, Eric Tilds.
Yeah.
Really neat, just walking through the scenario, sitting down and going, okay, this happens, just a case study, step by step. What do you do? What does your team do? Who do you call? What do the conversations look like? And practice makes perfect. When you go through those scenarios, it's exercising for, hopefully that never happens.
Yeah.
But the reality is that it probably is. You can never, you can't stop 100% of attacks, and so you want to be prepared.
Yep. You got to have that assume breach mentality and practice that internally with your team, as we're journeying in the cyber or CIS controls, right? Incident response plan is critical, and weaving that in all aspects of your MSP is important, and that's something we're currently working on to mature as well. Yeah, well, that's a great session.
Yeah. Any other highlights?
It's cool to see some of the new talk. There's a lot of vendors there, of course, and all vendors kind of talk up their product like it's the all, but there's some neat innovations there. One overall theme I saw was a lot of consolidation, right? So instead of an EDR, now it's an MDR. Has a stock, it has Teams, all in one products. I thought that was interesting to see across the board. A lot of automation. Talking with Roost was cool.
We love Roost. Is amazing.
Yeah. So it's nothing blew my socks off, I guess. Because at the end of the day, the tools are just the tools, and there's so much you have to put those processes and procedures to leverage those tools and implement them right behind them. So,
yeah.
What about you?
We saw a lot there. Configuration management.
Yeah, SaaS alerts, and the Office 365 configurations.
Yeah. So many tools there, really helping you get granular for that cyber hygiene. and just having better detection.
Right.
So being able to have visibility in your environment, and so you see the sparks before the fire, and you can respond accordingly. And so I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, that's going to be a big evolution to be your configuration management, especially for Umbrella. I think you're kind of a step ahead in that regards for where we're at, but to be able to proactively assess your Microsoft 365 configurations, for example, how do we know those are aligned across all the board? Yeah, we have our manual in place, but things are constantly changing, so that's a big area of interest for us.
Yeah, another favorite session of mine, and it seemed like it was really short, but Phyllis Lee and Eric Wood are just talking through CIS alignment, taking their packaging and what they offer to their clients, and using the CIS framework just to structure that and really organize it. I thought that was solid. And then, what Sunil, you did, taking kind of this cyber defense matrix 2.0, but then mapping it to MITRE attack.
Yeah.
And you see where CIS comes into that as well, but really looking at it and going, hey, do you have coverage for your entire stack? Are you looking at all the right things? Are you thinking about all of the potential attacks? And then, do you have your defense mechanisms in place? And so,
I think if there's for everyone who's listening to this message, if you have the desire to go learn a little bit more, and there's one recording that you want to watch from Right to Boom, I would make it Sunil's topic on the defense matrix. Highly educational, very entertaining, and enlightening as well. And so, if you have an interest in learning more about that cybersecurity, I'd definitely start there.
Yeah, and for the more technical folks, right, like the red teams out there, John Strand, just really bringing it and showing how do you test your controls. Like, you've got all these mechanisms in place to detect and to respond, and how do you test that? Well, you got to kind of put some viruses in your system. You got to kind of do some hacky type stuff to determine whether your controls are working properly. And really, really solid.
For sure. Well, yeah, it was a great conference. It was great to see. It's great to see you, obviously, and all our various peer group members and cybersecurity just thought leaders out there.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I think it's the forefront for MS cybersecurity conferences.
Yeah, so Andrew Morgan, man, thanks for putting this together. He did a fantastic job. With the rate of growth, you're going to have to get a stadium next year, I think.
I think so.
It's crazy. And bringing the hype machine, too, right out of the gates.
I've
never seen so much hype.
Boom, here comes the boom.
Here comes the boom. Wes Spencer for emceeing that thing, man. Just injecting all of those nuggets, that wisdom throughout. Super solid with Wes. Just keeping everything flowing.
Yeah.
And then wrapping it up with Gary Pika and a few of us on stage. So Sniz with Pika really made it easy.
It was
a good friend of ours. Hopefully it was entertaining.
Absolutely.
I'm glad my team didn't heckle me too much. I noticed they all took up the front row and made faces at me the whole time. But that's par for the course.
It was great.
Yeah.
Well, we're halfway there.
We're going to be in the mountains soon. Ride some snowboards, maybe a little snowmobiling up in the back country. We'll see what happens.
All right, let's get to it.
All right, let's do it.
That was fun, wasn't it?
It was fun.
Yeah, good time.
Good sightseeing.
This is the highest elevation airport in North America.
Clean air.
So, yeah, clean air. God's country.
Yeah.
Yeah, God's country.
Feels nice.
Dodged some mountains, but
little
we
bit.
got here safe.
A little bit.
Now we're gonna get our snowboarding on.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. Come on, boy. do something cool.
Sorry, that was not the spot to do something cool. I'm gonna catch my breath in a second.
That's cool.